All right, Bylands, you've made it down to hot cross buns and au clair de la lune. So these two exercises, you might recognize the melodies once you hear them, but we want to make sure that we're still counting in our head either do's or due days, okay? So in hot cross buns, the first 3 notes, or actually 4 notes, including the rest, are all do's, right? Do, 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 rest. Or you can think hot cross buns, rest, okay? And then you have the same thing the next measure, do, rest. And then we have our quicker 8th notes, which we could think do day, do day, do day, do day, or pepperoni, pepperoni, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or if you know the words to hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny. And then we go back to our hot cross buns. To end hot cross buns, we have a bow lift, which means I'm going to pick my bow up after the last note, bring it back to the frog, and when I repeat the exercise, I'll be ready to do another down bow, okay? So here's hot cross buns. Ready? Starting on F sharp on the D string. Ready? And we have F, E, D. Rest to F. Stay on D. Then I lift and repeat. Rest. Stay on D. Okay, I think you'll have some fun playing that one. Just make sure that when you play your quarter notes, you're playing longer bows. And when you play your 8th notes, you're playing shorter, faster bows, okay? So just make sure that you're moving faster on those 8th notes. And we can check in at your next lesson, okay? All right, that's hot cross buns. Let's also in this video take a look at number 71, okay? 71 starts on our due days. So that's a little bit tricky, especially because we change notes inside of that due day, okay? So we have D, 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 E. So you have to be very careful with that, right? You might just want to practice those 4 notes. D, 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 E. And stopping on that E so we get that change, right? 1, 2, 3, E. So you have 3 D's and then an E. D, 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 E. Then you go up to F, back to E, right? So that's that whole first measure. Then the next measure, you switch 8th notes, or you switch pitches inside of the 8th notes again. D, F, E, E, D, right? So you might want to practice that, going from D to F quickly, then E, then D. That 0, 2, 1, 1, 0 is kind of tricky. So there's a couple ways that you can practice this without even playing or making sound on your instrument. You could, of course, shadow bow. And we tuck our bow into our elbow and we just do the fingers as we say it out loud. You could say the letters, you could say the numbers, whatever works for you. So maybe I would say 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 1, 0. Then the next 2 measures are the same thing. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 1, 0. And you might find that's too fast for you to try, so you slow it down, okay, and go as slow as you need to. You could also say the letters, right? So you could say D, 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 E, F, E, D, F, E, E, D. And since those 4 measures are all the same thing, you can just practice the first 2 as much as you need to, because if you really focus on those other 2 measures should be just as easy, okay? Eventually, we want to transition back to playing with the bow on the strings. So again, take it as slow as you need to. If you need to put stops in for now, you can. And the more that you go over it, the easier it might be to take away those stops. So at the end, you might want to try to play. Lift the bow. Rest. Okay? So just make sure you're counting in your head the whole way through. You can think pepperoni pizza, then pepperoni pie, if you like the food analogy. Or you can think do, day, do, day, do, etc. Or 1 and 2 and 3, 4. But I can't stress enough how important it is to count. So just make sure that we're doing that all the way through, and you should be totally fine with your rhythms. So good.